Hi guys, and welcome to this week's lyrical breakdown with your lady friend Bonnie. I hope you guys are doing well. I've missed you. I don't know where you guys have all been all my life. Um, I'm excited to be back, and this week I'm doing more of like a more recent song that's come out. This week I'm doing Tierra Whack's, I hope I'm saying that correctly, Unemployed song, which is a single. It came out March 19th, 2019. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting, and it seems like I've watched some of her other stuff that she's done, or some of her other videos, and like she's really creative and quirky and weird, and I like her. She's different, but she's still like got like amazing raps. I like that. Yeah. So, and also she's like only like 23, I think, and she's from Philadelphia. Which is funny, like I just did like Meek Mill, and so it just happens to be like I didn't intentionally mean to be doing everybody from Philly all at once. So yeah, anyways, so she went to like an art school, or I guess like an art school, where she like studied like music and like vocals, and so it seems like she knew that this is going to be her destiny, and like this is sort of like the path that like she's kind of been put on for like a long time. And she definitely seems like fun, unique, quirky, and like I said, her raps are really tight, and she's pretty impressive. I like her. So yeah, let's get into it. It's a quick song. It's not. It's only, I think, what, 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 49 seconds. So it's a quick song. I'm not going to play like a full clip of it for you guys. And also for anybody who's new here, I'm not really an expert on rap. I'm just sort of giving my opinion and my thoughts. And that's pretty much it. Breaking it down the best that I can for you guys. So yeah, let's get into it. It's fun.
Stop. I'm real as fuck and your ring's not. Fresh as hell like a king socks. Your real car is a slingshot. Don't.
All right. So now that we've had a little listen, I will get into verse 1. Let's start at the beginning. I must be a criminal, yo. Keep your talking minimal, yo, because most of it's subliminal, yo. And it'll put you in a critical, yo, yo. Used to be invisible, yo. They would refer to me as mythical, yo. Sipping on mastica, yeah, I sip it slow, yo. Not on my level, not on your tippy toes, yo. Walk in the bank and I'll yell, give me those, yo. Hot as the stove, yeah, I'm wearing Fendi clothes, yo. I want my spot, yeah, so look at Wendy knows. So that's pretty much it. That's how it starts off. So she's like really wanted. Like people are like vying for her essentially, and she's got the power now. So she's basically saying like keep quiet and listen to her words, and she has like a lot of like secret messages kind of tucked in like into her lyrics. And she will cause you, like, I couldn't really figure that out, like the next line. So I just assumed it was like to end up in like critical care for some reason. I wasn't really sure. So people may not have taken her seriously before, and she was kind of too good to be true. But you know, she's bringing it, and she is as good as they say she is. She's sipping on like some strong alcohol. I like the next line. I often hear about someone not being on somebody else's level, but I've never heard it being put like that, like standing on like your tippy toes or whatever, which is not a sustainable thing because you can't stay on your tippy toes for a long time. So you're not gonna stay on her level. So I thought that was kind of like an interesting, like a unique way to say like you're never gonna be as cool as me. You're never gonna be like where I'm at. So I thought that was interesting. She wants all the dollar bills basically, and you know, shouts it out in the bank, and she like makes herself known. She talks about being like as hot as a stove. You know, it's just like kitchen things, and it kind of relates back to like the music video itself, which I will talk about probably at the end. It's a good one. You guys should check it out. So. And she's saying that, you know, she basically has money now and she can afford it to buy all these like designer clothes. And so she's wearing them, and she's like, you know, kind of bragging about doing so. And as for the Wendy that she's talking about here, I wasn't sure which Wendy it was. I was torn between like the Wendy's restaurant, like I guess. So I was thinking about the Wendy's, like kind of like the logo essentially. And that's what I was thinking it kind of was. It was reflecting back on that. But then I was also, and like, because she's got spots, but like that are on her cheeks, but they're not on her nose. So I thought that maybe that was what she was talking about. And then it also kind of, again, relates back to the music video where it's like all potatoes. And like they serve potatoes, right? They say that, yep, they do. Or the other Wendy I was thinking it was Wendy Williams. And like every once in a while, like I'll like watch like a clip of hers on YouTube, and like I just like fall for like the gossip, and like I know it's so bad, like you really shouldn't, but she's got the scoop on like when you need like the real lowdown on like what people are thinking. She's got an interesting opinion, I guess. But anyways, she has had another one talking about noses. She has had a nose job, I think at least one. Yeah, so I thought that was like maybe something to do with it. Anyways, and like I said, the entire video she's cooking potatoes, so that's why I thought, you know, it had to do with, I don't know, the baking potatoes. But for Wendy's, I don't know. We'll have to ask Tara. Okay, my blanks eating. They get in minerals, yo. If you throw shots, then you know my men'll roll, yo. Up on your block, now you looking pitiful, yo. Tinted the windows, I need a minute, yo. I'll leave your missus all mad and miserable, go. You picked the wrong time to pick a fight. Your bitch a dyke, she thinks she Ike. You sipping on drink that's spiked, enough for you to say goodnight for the rest of your life. And so basically, like her friends are eating, so it makes me think of like, you know, again, fast food restaurants. So maybe it is Wendy's, and you get like vitamins and minerals from like the food. Hopefully, the healthier food you eat, you get more minerals and like vitamins and stuff like that. So she's kind of like, I guess, you know, has minerals. And if you try to come at her, she's got people who will be kind of like looking out for her, and they will destroy you. So just FYI, and like that's kind of why she's got tinted windows, because people are after her, and they're like, and she doesn't want to like attract any attention to herself, so she's just trying to like lay low a little bit. And she talks about she also battles guys, and you know, she makes their ladies look kind of like not so hot because like she can outshine the guys. And she's also saying that the woman you're with is a lesbian, which is also like usually like semi-crushing for like a guy to like be told like her like that he's not man enough for her or something like that, so she becomes a lesbian or whatever. Anyways, I thought that was kind of like a weird thing, but it was interesting. And she put something in your drink, so when you drink it you will die. So she's just gonna wait for that to happen, and she's gonna wait for you to die because you're going down one way or another. All right, so I know your sons won't miss you. I did a favor for them blanks, took a loss to a winner. Rick Ross, you been dinner. You ain't fly, I make your wings stop. I'm real as fuck, your ring's not. Fresh as hell like a king sock. Your real car is a slingshot. Don't need a gun, I use a slingshot. If I was a beverage, you would have to drink hot. So she kills a parent, I guess. She sees like what she's doing as like a good thing. She's turned kind of like bad situations into good ones. And she's kind of like saying, well, now I'm rich and famous, so whatever. And she's saying like, I think what she's saying is she's kind of hustled harder than like Rick Ross, because every time I think of Rick Ross, I think of every day I hustled and hustled, and like I love that song, so much fun. Especially like when you're like on the go and you're like, I need something to remind me why I'm hustling. So like that's kind of why like she's kind of referencing like she's kind of hustling harder than him maybe. And she's like she will damage you. And you'll never be as cool as her because she's awesome, and she will out-rap you any day of the week. So she's the real thing, unlike your ring, which may be just like cubic zirconia or something like that, or like a crystal or something. And I bet that royalty, like I wonder if you could ask like a bunch of like Q&A to like some like royal people or something like that, like to like Will and Kate or whatever to the Queen, if they have to wear their same socks again, or if they just can throw away their socks and it's like a one-time deal. I hope they're a little bit more sustainable than that and actually wear their socks a couple of times. And I'm sure that like their like royal like washer or whatever keeps control over all of the socks and make sure the pairs are found and put together again for them. So that would be sweet, right? Just have somebody like taking care of your socks for you. That's the dream. But anyways, I wasn't really sure about like the next line about the slingshot car. And I did find that there's like some like really like fancy, weird, unique car that's called a slingshot. And it's like pretty hella cool. But I don't think it's that she's talking about. And then there's also like a slingshot effect I found that you can like from your car, I think. I don't know. But then it also makes me think of David and Goliath. And she uses a slingshot. And so like, and then she's like, talks about being like so hot that she comes with like a warning label basically, or that, you know, and essentially I guess probably her albums do come with like a warning label. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. So let's check out the chorus. So there's not really anything like too in-depth in the chorus, so I'll just get into it. Got a job, I gotta do, yo, I get down and dirty too, yo, what is it, what it do, yo, same shit, nothing new, yo, got a job, I gotta do, yo, I get down and dirty too, yo, what is it, what it do, yo, same shit, nothing new, yo, I got a job, I gotta do. So it just keeps going. So it does that four times I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 times. And so yeah, that's kind of what it is. So it's not really like too, like I said, message driven, I guess. But she's basically just got to do her job. She's got to do what she does, and she's going to make music because it's her calling. It's what she has to do. Like, that's it. And she's going to keep making it, and she doesn't really mind getting like dirty and raw and rough and weird in her lyrics. And she kind of like, because it does happen over and over and over again, she's reminding people that she's going to keep doing this, and she's going to do this over and over and over again. She's like, got a job I gotta do, and like she's just gonna keep making hits because it's what she does, and she just makes like these really great songs. So yeah, I think she's pretty talented. So she knows what's up, and she's gonna keep doing it. So let's move on to verse 2. Having flashbacks, where you passed at, where the cash at, ayo, past that. I will stab backs just for bags racks. Front on me, I'll punch your ass flat. Are you okay? Please don't ask that. I don't act black, got a fat cat. You a rat tat, tat 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 tat. Rat tattoos, but you can't see 'em. Ice cold, yeah, I'm going skiing. I get around the Coliseum, used to roam around with no pot to pee in. So she's kind of like using like her like reflections and like life experiences in her rhymes and in her raps, and like that's what she uses to write, which is fairly common. Most people can only base things off of their own experience. So yeah. So she wants to know kind of like where your story is in your music. Like that's kind of what she's looking for, and that's the difference between what like makes her great and what makes other people maybe not so great, and what makes her have more money and more success, because she has something in her songs and she's making like a story out of it, and people want to hear what her thoughts are and her story and her past and her life. And that's what I mean, people want to hear about people. And so that, I mean, if you put that kind of story the same way you would write like a book or something like into your songs, like then that's going to be, people are going to love it, just like they would like a best-selling novel or something. Something to think about. So, so she will do one of the worst things, stabbing somebody basically in the back to get more money. So she's, you know, she's going to do what she's got to do, and she's going to make it. And like, you know, it's maybe not the nicest thing, but if it gets her where she needs to be, then she'll do it. And if you basically try to take money from her, she's basically saying like, whoa boy, like think again, like don't even try it. And she's more than okay, so stop asking her, just leave her alone. You know, maybe she also has like resting bitch face or something, and so maybe people think that she's like irritated or whatever, and she's just like, stop asking that. She's fine. And then she's weird, and that's it basically. Deal with it. And and then she talks about like she doesn't act black, but like how does one like act black really? Like you are what you are, and that's it. And I think that like we need to get that idea of like what a person acts as based off of their skin color or their gender or their, you know, race or their culture or whatever. I feel like there's other ones I'm leaving out, but you guys know all of them. Like, and just focus on each individual. And there isn't like a specific way for like black people to act. Like, there isn't a specific way for white people to act. Like, there's more to it than that, and everybody has their own story. Yes, there are, obviously, there's always going to be like these stereotypes of like what certain people do. Like, I always laugh at, I know this, I'm kind of going off on a little tangent here, but I always laugh at like, I feel like there's like these like 80s or 90s like commercial like compilations that have been put together of like white people like just like struggling, like it's an infomercial or something where they're trying to sell you something to like make your life easier, but all these like white people are like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything right, I can't hold, like I can't open this bottle and I'm just gonna throw it everywhere or something. Like, it's just like the most ridiculous like clips of commercials ever. It's just like white people problems to the max. Anyways, I thought that was funny and maybe a tangent, but anyways, so that's what I think. I don't really think people can act their skin color. They just act what they are, and that's it. And then she talks about that she has kind of like I guess her vagina, and I believe she's kind of saying like how nice it is. I don't know if that's what it is. Like, if you talk about having a fat vagina, is that an attractive thing again? Like, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm out of the dating game for too long. I'm not like, hey folks, would you like to see my fat vagina? Nope, that's not really something that I'm going to go and say. So yeah, hopefully you don't just like edit out that part, but I bet you will now. But anyways, yeah, anyways, that noise from this chair doesn't really help. I chose the wrong chair today. So she also talks about that she has tattoos, but they're hidden, so maybe they're in places that are, you know, more usually concealed by her, you know, clothes or whatever. And then she talks about like being so cool that she's basically skiing, and I like that. I thought that was like a cute, you know, wordplay. And she doesn't have time to be like friendly with everybody, I guess, and may have like learned that like, you know, doing that doesn't really work, and that sometimes you do have to be like a bitch or like do something that you don't really, you know, isn't like a nice thing, but you have to do it to like succeed, and like it's unfortunate, but you have to. And that's kind of like, yeah, like decision making time. And then she talks about the Colosseum and how like, you know, it's round, so the whole thing like there makes sense, and it's in Rome, but she writes like as she roams, like ROAM, so I thought that was like kind of cute, again, like wordplay. And she's kind of like wandering around looking for a bathroom in Rome, maybe like she was like on a tour. So let's keep going. I was pissed off, get away with murder like Kristoff. You get crisscrossed in the big loft. I'm a big boss. So much sauce, I drip broth. The wait is over, I'm taking over. Yo, oh, you're overweight. You ate a soda. Yo, I'm super sober. You doing coke, yo. Coca-Cola, yo. So again, we're back to like the urine related lines, kind of like continuing on where we left off. And the next line I think is to do with like the popular TV show to How to Get Away with Murder with Viola Davis. And it has to do with like the murder of a character named Kristoff. So that's what I think that she's kind of relating to, which, you know, it like that kind of thing is like very, like that line, you know, is going to be dated. Like not everybody's going to know what that reference is, and not everybody's going to know what it is. But, you know, in 20 years, no one's going to know. So like as like a classic Quest kind of like person, like those kind of like little tidbits, they're great in the moment, but they're not necessarily great for like longevity purposes. So I mean, it's there. There's nothing else we can say about it, but we'll see how long it holds the test of time. And the next line makes me think of like a barn with like kind of like the white kind of X's on the door or whatever, and I wasn't really sure if she meant that, but that's what I'm thinking of. And basically she's in control, and she's got so much flair that she doesn't really know what to do with it, I think, essentially is what she's talking about. And she's back again for her fans, and like, like the wait is over. And I really like the wordplay, like overweight and the wait is over. Fantastic. And one cannot necessarily eat a soda, but one can drink it. And she basically says she doesn't do drugs. So what she's talking about when she talks about Coke, she means the soda. So ahead of you, like a closure. Yo, when Troy died, I had to find some closure. Yo, don't push me, bitch. I'm not a stroller. Yo, pop off a blank like bread and toast. Yo, double D cup. You should use a coaster. Yo, I'm on the block. I need the deal like kosher. Yo, so I shop it over. Blue faces. Yo, I call them Grovers. Yo, butter pecan rover. I'm that odor. Yo, want to be like me when I get older. Yo, talk to God, then he came over. Talk to God, then he came over. Yo. So she goes kind of before you and closes the show, and this is what the fans want. Like, they want her, and she's like really popular. And Troy was apparently the name of a pet turtle that she had that passed away, unfortunately, which I thought was like really nice and different, that you don't really hear about that in like any song, I guess. And maybe this pet turtle, she's had it since she was like a kid or something, and and it was like a part of her family. So, and I guess it's too bad that it passed away, or maybe it was just like a short-term thing, I don't know, but it was sad that her turtle died. And I like that you push a kid in a stroller, but she doesn't need pushing. I thought that was, again, smart. And she's popped out kind of like your toast, how it pops up, like she's popping up just that quickly and as fast and kind of like out of nowhere almost. And she's got big boobs, and the cup size is not the cup that you drink out, so use a coaster. Again, I thought that was great, like the cup of your breast size. So I didn't really get the kosher line, so if there's any Jewish people watching, let me know what you get out of that one. She's stepping over all of these dead people, and they have blue faces because they're dead. They lack oxygen to their brains, to their bodies. And there's like a, kind of compares to Grover, who is from Sesame Street, who's one of the Muppets, who has blue fur. I knew somebody who had, his nickname used to be Grover, and he got a tattoo of Super Grover on his arm. I think he probably has since had it removed, but yeah, I mean, it was a very old school, like, I don't even know where, probably like a drunk situation, but anyways, so yeah, that's what that is. And she talks about the smell of butter pecan, which just the idea of it just smells delicious. Yum. And she's kind of saying like she's her own role model, and she's like who she would want to see. And who, like she would want to be like herself when she was little. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that she's kind of like seeing that she's going to be like the role model for maybe like other weird, quirky, but still good rappers. And not everybody has to be like a gangster. Everybody can be different and weird. And I think it's great. She's great. So I think that that's good. I think she's giving little girls something to aspire to be. So that's always very cool. And she prayed and she spoke with God, and she's basically thanking him for giving her this gift and this talent. And she's, she speaks with him, I guess, maybe like regularly. Like, I don't know if she's like super Christian or whatever, or if she goes to church, or if she just prays occasionally. Everybody does their own thing. So yeah, so she's thanking him. So she's very thankful for like this like time and this moment to be in. So, and that's pretty much that. And then we have the chorus again. Got a job I gotta do, yo. I get down and dirty too, yo. What is it? What it do, yo? Same shit, nothing new, yo. And then again, same thing, 4 times over. So that's pretty much the whole song. I would definitely tell you to go check out the music video. We can link it down below as well. And it's really great. It's like I said, it's short, it's sweet, it's fun. It's 2 minutes and 42 seconds or whatever it was. And I think you can it's worth the time. And it's interesting. So she's sort of like, it's such a random concept, but it makes sense and it's relatable to, I guess, like most of us. And it's sort of like, what was that musical from like the 80s or slash 90s? Anyways, it's like, we're like, darn it, there's like a flower shop or something. I can't think, I'm gonna kick myself. 1 second. Okay, Little Shop of Horrors was what I was talking about for anybody that was confused. So, that's kind of what it made me think of, because like she's there, she's cutting up these potatoes. Like there's sort of one that like, there's different ones, I guess, that keep coming to life, and she's kind of like, she's gonna like cut them up and she's gonna like bake them into like whatever, and she makes all these like this huge variety of like potato dishes, like French fries, and then she like makes things out of potatoes, like an entire turkey out of potatoes, and like a cake and like all this other stuff, and she's basically like baking all this stuff for like these 2 giant potatoes. So I thought that was like really weird and interesting, but the potatoes kind of like are creepy and kind of come to life. Sort of reminded me, again, like I said, Little Shop of Horrors, like the same sort of way as like these like plants and stuff like come to life, and like they just kind of like, anyways, it's just weird. And so that's what I was thinking of, and maybe she was inspired by that as well. So anyways, it's really weird and fun, and yeah, she's just great. I like her. I like her imagination. She's smart. So that's pretty much it for me. I would like to say thank you so much for our patrons. So thank you guys for sticking around with us. So I would like to say thank you to our patrons over on Patreon. If you guys want to support us, you can check that out down below. So thank you guys so much for helping us out and for sticking with us, no matter what, I guess. So thank you to Linda Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Chris Prado, Ismail Gadamsi, and Jonathan Barnes. We appreciate you guys so much. And you can check me out on Twitter at YLF Bonnie, and on Instagram at your lady friend Bonnie. You can check me out over there. So yeah. Oh, and I think we also have a Discord. So nobody's really sure yet how to do that, but we're on it. So thank you guys so much. And if you guys have any suggestions and songs that you would want to see, leave them down below, and I will check them out and do them one day for you. So thank you. Have a great day, and bye.